From seed to shelf. Was it worth it? I don't know. Come along on this journey and find out. And by the way, welcome to Haven Acres. I started seeds in our greenhouse the end of April. I got them established, I put them in our hoop house, and I grew them. And all summer long, as the tomatoes began to ripen, which really wasn't until August, I picked them and put them in bags and put them in the freezer. Then, a couple of weeks ago, I decided to take them out of the freezer and thaw them. I didn't skin them. I just thawed them in a pan, several pans actually, and I used our wood cook stove as they began to thaw. As they shrunk down, I took several pans and combined them into one pot. As the water or liquid would come out of the tomatoes, I would simply take a cup, push down, and get as much water out of the pan because I am making pasta sauce and you have to boil the tomatoes down into a sauce, and the whole idea is to get the liquid out. So by doing this way on the wood cook stove, I'm not using any electricity. I'm just letting the tomatoes set, letting the water come out naturally, and taking off what I can so it boils down even quicker. When a good amount of liquid was out already, I added things like brown sugar, onion from our garden, basil from our garden, thyme, oregano, all of the herbs that I had that we grew and dried. I also added garlic, which we grew. I put it all in the pot on top of the wood cook stove and just stirred it in. I can't forget salt, black pepper, and smoked paprika. Those also went into my pot of tomatoes. I stirred everything in real well and let that pot set on the wood cook stove for 2 days. Just stirring, and as it simmered, the liquid was released and it thickened up a lot. Doesn't it look beautiful? Keep in mind, these tomatoes still had the peelings on them. So I put it in my little contraption here. I can't remember what this thing is called. I got it at a yard sale. If you know what it is, put it in the comments because I really have forgotten. I put it in this contraption and I just spun it around little by little. This is pressing out the good tomato sauce and leaving in this contraption the seeds and skin. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, that's my sauce that was left over after I did all of that machine work, and now it's just a rich, thick sauce. I wish you could smell it. Seriously, for 3 days, our house smelled like an amazing Italian restaurant. Every morning when we woke up, that's all I could smell. As you can see, the pot in the back is a little thinner, so that one has to cook down a little more so it can be a nice thick consistency. We're on day 3. It's thickened up. Time to get out our jars and hot water. taking a short break while the water heats up to go feed the pigs. We can't stop everything for pasta sauce. Oh yeah, and I decided to make some groat bread. What is groat bread? Well, it's oat bread made with groats. It's a new one to me, believe me. Look at that. Oh yes, I had to do 3 or 4 runs of this pasta sauce. I'm pretty pleased with how it's coming out. And look at the groat bread. It actually was really delicious. Something different for us. But I love doing different things. Look at that. Groat bread kind of tastes like a seeded bread. It's got like a chewy, nutty kind of a taste to it. Definitely a hearty bread. And look at all of this pasta sauce that we made. 19 jars plus one that I used for supper. So 20 quart jars for all of our tomatoes that we grew this year. Was it worth it? It was a lot of work and a lot of time, but you can't buy this at the store.